Hello guys, welcome to another video tutorial. In this video we are going to explore Hilt. We are going to set up a very simple project and see how we can inject dependencies to our activities and fragments using Hilt. First, let us see what are the benefits of using Hilt instead of Dagger. If we go to the official Hilt documentation, we can see 3 points mentioned there. First point is to simplify Dagger related infrastructure for Android apps. If you have used Dagger in the past, you will know that it takes quite a lot of effort and time to get Dagger up and running smoothly. Second is to provide a standard set of components to ease setup. If you have used Dagger, you might be knowing that we have to set up components on our own. We don't have to do it when we are using Hilt. Third is to provide different binding to different build types. So if you want different bindings for your debug builds, testing builds or release builds, you can do that easily using dependency injection using Hilt. So now let's go ahead and create our project. In the create new project dialog, choose empty activity template and click next. In the next screen, give your project any name, specify the location of the project and choose a language. We will be using Kotlin. Then click finish and wait for Gradle to complete the project setup. So once the project is set up successfully, we will open up the project level build.gradle file. Here we will add Hilt to our class path. After doing that, we will open app level build.gradle file. Here we will apply the Hilt plugin which we just added to our class path in the previous step. And we will also apply the Kotlin annotation processor plugin. Then finally, we will move to our dependency block and add the Hilt dependency. After adding the dependencies, we will hit the sync now button and wait for Gradle to sync up. Once the Gradle sync is successful, we are ready to use Hilt in our project. The first step would be to create our application class. So we'll go to our base package and create a new class called app, and we will extend this class to application, and then we will simply annotate this class with Hilt Android app. This annotation is responsible for Hilt code generation. Once the application class is created, it is now time to create our module class. So we'll go ahead and create another class and call it app module. We will annotate this class with module, and we will also add another annotation called install in and specify which component do we want this module to be installed in. If you are familiar with Dagger, you might be knowing that in Dagger we had to create components on our own. But Hilt provides us with a standard set of components which you can see on the screen. We will discuss about each of these components in a separate video, but for this example we will be using the activity component. After specifying the component, we will go ahead and define functions which provide the dependencies. So for this example, I am going to create a function which returns a string dependency. So I'll go ahead and create a function with return type string, and I'll annotate the function with the provides annotation. This will be the dependency which we will be injecting in our activity and fragments. Please keep in mind that this is just an example, and in a practical scenario you will be injecting something meaningful instead of a string. Our next step would be to register the app class which we just created in our manifest. We will now head over to our main activity and annotate this main activity class with Android entry point annotation. This annotation is necessary as it enables this activity to be injectable. We can now inject our dependencies with the inject annotation. To verify if the dependency injection was successful, we will add a toast with the injected string as its message. We will now run the app on an emulator to check if everything is working correctly. As you can see the toast message, it is exactly the same string which we had provided from our app module, and hence we can say that our dependency injection was successful. Now let's see how to inject dependencies into our fragments. First, let's go to the activities layout file and replace the text view with a fragment container view. This container view will hold our fragment. Next, we will create a layout for our fragment. In this layout, there will be only one text view which will be used to display the injected string. Then we will create a fragment and annotate it with Android entry point annotation. We will also inject our string dependency using the inject annotation, just like we did in our activity. Then we will inflate the layout which we created in the previous step, and in the fragments onViewCreated method, we will set the injected text to the fragments layout. We will now head back to our activity and add the fragment which we just created to our fragment holder. After adding the fragment to our fragment holder, we will run the app again and check if dependency injection is working correctly in our fragment. After the app launches, if we see the top left corner of the screen, the same text is being displayed that we provided from our app module. Hence, we can conclude that dependency injection is working correctly in our fragment. With this, we have come to the end of the video. If this video helped you, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one.